Hey y'all, Danielle here. Today is March 31st, and today is the first clip of a new vlog, and I'm starting off with a finish. So at the end of my last vlog, I said that I was probably most definitely going to do Nessie because I already had the floss pulled for it, and I was going to do it on the same fabric. You can see I just did this on next to my snail, and yeah, I did Nessie. It's done. So this is again, it is the Picture This Plus Helix 14 count, and this is a limited edition stitchy silk by Stitchy Box called Witchy Waters. And I actually bought this specifically for Nessie. I don't know, like I just saw it when I was shopping on Stitchy Box website, and I was like, that would be perfect for Nessie, so I bought it. And yeah, finally used it for Nessie, so I am done with those. Were the March goals for Quirky Quaker Whipco. Like I said in my last vlog, I don't know that I will do April's. If I do them, it is the butterfly and the raccoon. So we shall see. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn my attention to my orca that I charted the pattern. You can kind of see, like I have it up on my iPad. So like that's the PDF I made. I took my paper chart and I turned it into a PDF by recreating, stitch by stitch in the Max Stitch program. And here's what I have done. And I would just like to make some good progress on this. I would really, really, really love to finish this and Foxglove and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Is it Moonglow? I think it's Moonglow. Like, I feel like Moonglow, Foxglove, and this are all like very attainable finishes. Plus there's a few others that I want to finish too. But I feel like these are all super obtainable. But they all do still have like anywhere from 5,000 to 7,500 stitches left for each of them. So, and given I can only usually hold my attention on something for 1,000 or 2,000 stitches at a time, that means I have to come back to them multiple times, you know? So we're gonna start with this one, and we'll see how far I get. And that's it, really. Yeah, that's my update for this one. I will check in again, I guess, when I decide to put this down so that I can show you how far I got. So that is all for this clip, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, it is Wednesday, April 5th, and I'm giving you an update. Warning, this is going to be not fun words are going to be said. So I've really struggled since I last filmed to actually get any stitching done. Like, I think that I was maybe not feeling the piece, but trying to convince myself to do it anyways. And so I finally, I'd done a little bit. I filled in, I think this area before had been right here. So I kind of took these stitches up. But that was about it. So finally, tonight, I'm like, okay, we're picking up the stitching. We're going for it. And I was cruising. I did, I filled in a lot here. Oh yeah, I had done a little bit down here, but not much. But so I did like a bunch in here, and then I ran out of my my 6 strands. That's typically, if I can, I'll try to like use all 6 strands of a cut piece, and then I'll usually pick a different color. So I decide, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a different color, because actually there wasn't even much more that I could do. There's more of the color that I was working on up here, but I can't get far enough. So besides like a few stitches I left out here and maybe down here, I can't remember. There's not that many more of that color anyway. So I was like, okay, pick a new color. So I picked the symbol M, which let me just show you. Now, when you get really close, you can see this is the Markup RXP app. When you get really close, you can see that there's 2 colors represented there, and then it says $37.99 plus $3.10. Well, from back here, you could understand how I didn't see the 2 shades. Yeah, because they're both really dark. And it didn't say $37.99 plus $3.10 when I first selected the symbol. Lesson learned: when you import a chart into Markup RXP, and you have to tell it that there's a symbol that has blended threads, because when it imported, it only picked up one of the 2 colors, which is fine, and I know how to go in and tell it that it's a blended thread. What I failed to realize is that it doesn't update the name. It adds the color, but it doesn't update the name for the symbol. So the name for the symbol was just DMC 37.99. So I picked up 37.99 and started stitching. And I did a whole big strand. I did nearly 100, you can see it. I did nearly 100 stitches from here all the way over to here, this big area. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, okay, I know there's like 3 or 4 blended threads in this. Which symbol or symbols of the whale is the blended thread? Because since I picked it back up, I hadn't, encountered a blended thread yet. So after I finished the strand off, I was like, let me check and see what the star symbol is, because I haven't worked with the star symbol yet, but I had the last time I worked on it. So I go into the symbol list and I check the star, and it says $37.99. And I'm like, it doesn't say it's blended with anything. And I'm like, obviously the star and the M are not both $37.99. So I pulled the chart out and I was like, please let the M be the non-blended thread. No, of course not. So yeah, so basically what had happened was, you can see how this color here, so yeah, this is a really good, so I was stitching with this color right here, and you can see how it's just a little bit lighter than here. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be stitching with this, which is $37.99 plus $3.10. And I was like, I can't just switch now, because that's like a harsh line. So I had to pull out 100 stitches. Plus, before I started stitching that, you can see this little thing here. I thought that my fractionals looked strange. So I was like, let me go check that area. This is an area I did the last time I worked on it, before I picked it back up again this year. And so I go and I'm like, something's wrong. What's wrong? These couple stitches were in the right spot, but these were should have been one more over. So I had already frogged that and it didn't even upset me. I was like, it's fine. Let me just go ahead and frog these now and unmark them on the chart so I don't get, don't forget in the future that it's wrong. And I was like, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm going to keep going. It like didn't discourage me at all. And then I stitched those 100 stitches and had to rip them out. So yeah, I don't know. This might go in timeout now, but I'm also kind of like, I'm a stubborn crafter. So like sometimes when I have to rip stuff out, I will put it back just to be like, you will not defeat me. I will defeat you. And so maybe I'll put those stitches back in, but this might go into timeout. Plus, I wanted to have a conversation about this piece. So I have showed the whole chart before, and I've, obviously said pretty much every time I show it that I'm only stitching, a portion of it, that I didn't want to stitch the Native American whale that goes up above. Well, I actually ran into a post on Facebook where somebody was asking in a cross stitch group about art, Native American art that they could do as cross stitch. I don't know if they were looking for like patterns or if they were looking for like actual art that's been turned into patterns or art that they can turn into patterns, but either way, they wanted, all they said was Native American art. And a couple people were like, oh, check out this person. Oh, check out that person. And a couple people were also like, hey, do you mean that you would like to find a Native American artist to do their work, because, Native American people are the people who should, benefit and profit from depicting Native American art. And, I saw that and immediately I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like we say that for, I've just said that in these last couple months, like with Black Lives Matters, Black people are the people who should benefit and profit from our cross-stitch designs that celebrate or uplift Black voices. Same with our queer community. Queer people are the people who should benefit and profit from cross-stitch designs that are, fall under the anything, pro whatever. So, of course, when I read it, I was like, yes, of course, I agree. And then one of the people who was like, hey, have you checked out such and such artist? They actually mentioned this artist here, who's Sue Coleman. They were like, oh, she's got these fabulous, animal, Native American pieces or, cross-stitch designs. And somebody like kind of called them out to be like, hey, Sue Coleman is not Native American and is profiting off of Native American, depicting Native American symbols. And so I was just like, whoa, like I never, didn't connect the dots. So it makes me really glad that, like, just on the personal aesthetic level, I just wanted the piece for the, orca, the animal, not the orca, the Native American symbol. But B, going forward, I am not probably not going to be showing the full chart unless I also then talk about the fact that, it's not by a Native American artist. But yeah, so I just thought, it was a really important reminder, and I think it, you know, really goes to show that like you can be 100% on board with things and just still like fail to see the, you know, fail to connect the dots, fail to see the issues until somebody like pokes and, you know, pokes at it and you're like, oh wait, like, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna put those stitches back in. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going on this. I'm pretty upset that I had to, because like I was doing so good. I had done almost 300 stitches for the night. This is the best night of stitching I've had in a couple of weeks probably. And then wah wah. So all right, that's my update for this clip, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, Danielle here. Today is Wednesday, April 19th. I think I thought I was gonna say February or something. No. So it's been like 2 weeks since I recorded anything for y'all. It's been, the stitchy bug has been so lethargic. Like, I don't even know what's going on. But I do have some stitching to show you, and we'll talk about my plans a little bit, and then I think this is gonna be the last clip for the vlog. So I did put the Orca in timeout. I was like, nope, I'm not putting those stitches back in. I'm done with it. I was too upset. So Orca went in timeout, and I decided to start working on my ink circles round robin piece. And this is how far I've gotten. So all the stuff that's filled in was done by Mandy. I think I called her Megan last time. Was done by Mandy. And then so my strategy was I started by doing my bottom line of stitches all the way across the bottom, because I was just like, with how like flowy and everything this is, I was like, I'll just totally, you know, keep going. So I did all the way across the bottom first, started working my way up until just I ran out of thread, and then I've just been randomly putting lines of thread lengths of thread in. I am not particularly enjoying like the flowy aspect of the outline, because I'm like, what do I do? Do I go left? Do I go right? Up, down? I don't know. How do I not back myself into a corner before I run out of floss? I hate that. Do y'all hate that? Like, I don't want to like, so like right here is a good example. I have to go like up here, and then, but then it runs out right here. So I'm like, I don't want to like take myself on a path where, you know, I only have like 20 stitches or something until I run out of a good place to go, because I still have plenty of floss. So I have not been enjoying doing this outline. I know that I will enjoy the fill-in, like probably immensely, but I gotta get there first. And I have just not been like feeling working on this. I couldn't even tell you how many stitches this is. I mean, I feel like it's, because I had to mark up everything, you know, that Mandy had already done, and then I just didn't pay close enough attention to the number of how many stitches she had done versus where I'm at now. So, but I know it's a good 600 or so, and I still have probably 400 stitches of outline to do. But the other night I was just like, okay, I really want to stitch, and I just really haven't been. Every time I pick this up, I'm only doing like one length of floss or maybe two. So I was like, you know what is still sitting next to me that I haven't touched in a while? And that was this piece here that I started almost 2 months ago, not quite 2 months ago. but I started at the very end of February, like probably the last couple days. And I pulled it out. And when I pulled it out, I had this top border. And I had HEA. And I was like, I could get the words done at least. This border is like kind of ridiculous on, you know, doing a few stitches and having to change color. So I didn't know that I could, you know, make any headway on that really. But I was like, I can at least bust out these words. Well, 522 stitches later, the entire thing is done. So this is called Healing is Not Linear. It's by, I got it from an Etsy store or Etsy shop called Emo Walk Patterns. And I stitched it on, this is a 32 count Ashes to Ashes from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It was a fabric of the month when I was still in the club. And I pulled out random, I stuck to the pattern called for, you know, a blue, a pink, a yellow, a red, a green, and then where the text was black, I pulled purple. But these are all color and cotton, purple parrot, magenta, snow cone, lemon tart, carmine, and shamrock. And I've, like I said, 522 stitches later, I finished it. So I was like, yeah, the ink circles, like it being burned out on the ink circles was definitely part of my problem. So, and I was really glad to have this finished. So yeah, so that's done. So then that was like 2 nights ago. So then I was like, okay. So last night I started stitching on the ink circles. Excuse me. And I got 1 strand of floss in, and then like I took a break to like deal with some food and stuff like that. And so I think I did, yeah, I did this strand here. Like I started here, went up and did this. And I was gonna come back to it, but then the charting bug bit me. And I was like, I've been really kind of wanting to work on, oh, I don't have a picture in here. Oh, yes, I do. I'm a liar. I've been kind of wanting to work on my, this is one of the pieces that I got at the Pacific Northwest. Okay, wait, maybe I lied about, no, I don't have a picture in here. This is a cute little information about it though. So it's called Beachcomber. It's by Lindy Stitches. I got it at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. It was one of the 2 projects, and I had started it when I came home from the retreat, and I haven't worked on it since. And I've been kind of wanting to work on it, but now my problem is, you know, now that I have this charting software, I'm like, if it's something on paper, even though I've scanned the paper pattern, y'all, there's just nothing compared to working with an actual PDF, you know, where the symbols are all searchable and everything. So I was like, I want to, if I have something on paper / scanned copy, I kind of want to chart it on the Max Stitch before I work on it. So I was like, but that could take me a few days. The Orca took me, I think, like 3 or 4 days. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to start it. Like, I don't feel like stitching on the ink circles anyways. So if I don't do something, I'm just going to do nothing all night, right? So I pulled out the laptop, opened up the software, and y'all, I charted the whole pattern. Now, thankfully, so like it was kind of easy or easier because this whole motif right here just repeats in both corners and at the bottom. So I only had to chart that part once and then just like copy it. And same with like this little dude right here is like a clam. And then over here there's a sand dollar, and both of those repeat at the bottom. So I just had to copy paste those. There was some, and then there's like a little like star thing that I was able to copy paste. And then also this border, this wave border, copy paste. And then the inside, there's a huge, so like this box, it definitely goes down further than the Q-snap, I'm pretty sure. It's huge. Yeah, it's like, it's big. You know, just like anybody who used paint will remember like the bucket fill-in. So even though the chart was 9,000 stitches, solidly, I would say 5,000 of that was copy paste or bucket fill-in. So I did the whole chart. So I'm so excited. So what I'm gonna do, my plans. Oh y'all, I have not been telling. Wait, I told you what the healing is on. This is a 14 count Fangirl Fibers. So my plan, I would really, really like to finish the outline of this. And I think hopefully now that I've had a couple nights off and I'm like excited about other plans, I can bust out the outline on this and then I'm gonna put it away for a little while. It's not, I don't have to ship it till the end of June. And then this is a 16 count. Picture this plus. I can't remember the name of it because I am calling it Coastal Gray because this whole pattern was inspired by like the Pacific Northwest beaches, and to me this is like the perfect, like this is our gray overcast sky, so I'm calling it Coastal Gray. I'm pretty sure Picture This Plus calls it Mirage, maybe. It's not Helix, I know that. So I think maybe it's Mirage, but I'm calling it Coastal Gray. So as you can see, I have the whale outlined. And yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go with it. I'm like, I want to work on it, especially because I'm going to the beach in 2 weeks. I was actually supposed to be at the beach right now, but circumstances forced me to have to push it back. So that's kind of what I want to do, is I want to bust that out and then work on this until I go to the beach. And then maybe I'll take it to the beach with me just so I can get like a picture of the beach in the background with it and send it to Steph. I think she might like that. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go for this clip. That's everything I've done in the last 2 weeks. This is my next 2 weeks for the plans. And this is gonna, like I said, this will be the last clip of this vlog. So I'll get this up onto the YouTubes in the next couple days. And until I see everybody again, stay safe, have a good one, see you soon, bye.